students, today we will study chapter number 2, that is components of food. Okay, in previous chapter we have studied about the various products that we get from plants and animals. We use them as our food item. Okay, so as we all know, food is prepared by mixing using different kind of ingredients. The ingredients may be salt, vegetables, grain, etc., which we get from plant as well as something we get from animals also. So the ingredients, they also contain a component that is used for the growth and maintenance of our body. These components are called as nutrients. Okay, so nutrients are basically classified into 5, that is carbohydrate, protein, fats and minerals. The basic nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So carbohydrate gives energy to our body. The function of protein, it is called body building food. It develops muscles in our body. And fats also gives us energy, but is stored in the body. When body needs energy, fat gives us energy. Okay, next slide is about vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are considered as essential nutrients because they perform hundreds of roles in our body. Okay, they help in healing bones, healing wounds and boost your immune system. They also convert food into energy and repair our body. So you can see two diagrams here, two pictures here, the vitamins and minerals and their function. There are many types of vitamins: vitamin A, B, C, K, D and B also. B has many components in them. So students, now we will do test for carbohydrate. In next slide we will do test for proteins, and in next slide we will do test for fats. So to test for carbohydrate, we need some chemical, that is iodine solution. Okay, we will take a food item like potato slice, raw potato slice we will take, and we will take chemical which is called iodine solution. The color of iodine solution is brown or it can be light orange. Okay, so first we will take a slice of potato, that is raw slice. Then we will add 3-4 drops of iodine solution on the slice of potato. After 1 minute we will observe the slice. If the color of the iodine solution changes from orange or brown to dark blue or black, that means the food item contains carbohydrate. Similarly, you can also practice the test for carbohydrate in other food items also. As you can see in the diagram, the potato turns the color of iodine solution into black color. Also the test is also performed on bread. You can also see the bread changes the color of iodine solution into blue color. Okay students, now we will do for test for proteins. To test for protein, we will take a groundnut. Okay, then we will mash it or crush it with the help in the test tube. Okay, then we will need 2 chemicals, that is copper sulfate. The color of copper sulfate is blue, as you can see in the diagram, and another is caustic soda. The color of caustic soda is colorless, or it can be seen in water like color. Okay, so for doing test, we will add the mashed groundnut into the test tube. Then we will add 10 drops of water in the test tube, then shake it well. Then we will add 2-3 drops of copper sulfate solution and add 10 drops of caustic soda solution in the test tube. Then we will mix them well and keep it away for some time. After some time, we will observe that the color of the solution in which the groundnut is dipped, it will turn into violet color. So the violet color indicates that the food item contains protein. You can see in the diagram, first the color of solution was blue, then it turned into violet. So this proves that the food item contains protein. So students, the third one is test for fats. We will take any food item. Suppose this is the piece of pizza. Okay, it will contain fat. There is simple process. We do not require any chemical. We need just a piece of white paper. Okay, you can put a piece of pizza or anything which contains oil in a piece of paper. Then we will crush it. After some time, if there is water on the paper, it will evaporate. But if there is oil or fat in the food item, it will make a patch. As you can see in the diagram, there is a oily patch. This proves that the food item contains fats. Okay students, now we will talk about vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals do not provide any nutrients to the body, but they help in protecting against from disease. They help in maintaining and functioning of our body. So vitamins helps in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth, gums healthy. As you can see, there is chart given. There are many kind of vitamins, that is vitamin A, B, C, and also known as vitamin B complex. Okay, vitamins such as vitamin A, C, D, E, and K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Vitamin A, the function of vitamin A is to keep our skin and eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps body to fight against many diseases, and vitamin D help our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Okay, we will talk about minerals, iron and calcium. We will talk about two minerals. So iron basically is used in red blood cell. It produces red blood cell, which is called as hemoglobin in our blood. Okay, whereas calcium is used for healthy bones and our teeth. There is another component called dietary fibers. Another from vitamins and minerals and carbohydrate, proteins and fats. There is another thing which is called dietary fibers, or it is known as roughage. They do not provide any nutrient to our body, but they help in proper functioning of the body and to get rid of the waste which is produced in the body. Okay student, now we'll talk about balanced diet. As you know that our food must contain all the nutrients like carbohydrate, fat, protein, minerals, vitamins, etc. because our body need all the nutrients for the proper functioning and growth of our body. So we should take a balanced diet. Okay, so what is diet? The food which we eat daily is called as our diet. Okay, so a food or a diet may contain all the nutrients or may not be, but we have to take a proper diet for the proper functioning of our body. So balanced diet is a diet in which all the nutrients are contained in a right amount, roughage is also contained, and water is also contained. So this diet is known as balanced diet. You can see the chart that how much nutrients, how much percentage of nutrients should be present in our diet. Okay, taking an example, if a person eats too much of fat in his food or in his diet, if a person consumes too much of fat, it may lead to obesity. Okay, so we should take a proper balanced diet. Here is a chart given, here is a diagram given. You can see what should we take in lunch, breakfast, etc. for a balanced diet chart. Okay students, now we will talk about deficiency disease. As you know, what is disease? Okay, so many of the people, they get food or they may not get food. Some people get more food, but they may have or may not have proper nutrient content. Okay, so if a person is suffering from any disease which is caused due to the lack of nutrient, that disease is called deficiency disease. Okay, example we take, if a person is not getting proper carbohydrate or protein in his diet, the person may become weak. Okay, muscles will not develop because he is not getting proper proteins. So this kind of disease which is caused due to the lack of nutrients, they are called as deficiency disease. You can see in the table here, vitamin A. Okay, the disease caused by vitamin A is loss of vision. Okay, the symptom is poor vision, loss of vision. If a person is not getting proper amount of vitamin A, he will lost his vision or will have poor vision. Okay, now we'll talk about vitamin B1. Vitamin B1, the disease caused by this vitamin is beriberi. Okay, so its symptom is weak muscles and very little energy to work. Okay, if we will not get proper vitamin B1, we will feel very weak. The next one is vitamin C. The disease caused due to lack of this vitamin is called scurvy. Okay, so the symptom of scurvy are bleeding gums. Okay, then wound will take longer time to heal. If you will get a wound, it will take longer time to heal. Okay, so the next one is vitamin D. Vitamin D, the disease caused due to lack of this vitamin is called rickets, and the symptom of this disease is the bones become soft and bent. Okay, next one is calcium. As you know, calcium is a mineral. It is used for healthy bones and teeth. So you can see the symptoms also. There is weak bone and tooth decay. The next is iodine. Iodine also is a mineral. Iodine causes goiter. If there is a lack of nutrient, iodine nutrient in a food, it will cause goiter. So the symptom of goiter is glands in the neck, that is called thyroid gland. It will become swollen. Okay. Then last one is iron. As we talked earlier, iron is used in red blood cell. It produces red blood cell in the blood, which is called as hemoglobin, and due to the lack of iron the disease is anemia. Okay, and the symptom is weakness. So I hope students you have understood the topics well. If there is any query, you can see the slides before which have been played. Okay, thank you.